All right, we're live. OBS is pretty good for streaming. I don't know if anyone's looking for a software. I still need to turn up my mic somehow. I know it's too low. Let's see. Let's try that. That looks like it increased it. Okay. I'm gonna increase it another decibel. There we go. Okay. Let's try that. So got into a short earlier, not too long ago. Yeah, we had a little bit of a retest here on the daily, and we failed. I stopped out of a little short there, lost about 100, but reshorted right here at 44s. Kind of a low, honestly, but with this rejection, I'm just kind of expecting a break downward. This was like a big drop, about a 50% retracement, big rejection. We might see it get to new lows and bounce, so we might see it get to zeros here and bounce. But on the daily, I mean, we're looking for, looks like we got a ways to go, you know? So we'll see if we can hold this a little bit. Open is coming up in 2 minutes. There was some reports today, or earnings. Some earnings were going on today. I think we had Walmart, a couple other big names, Home Depot. So they're reporting. I think Home Depot missed. But we're about to get the equity open here, so might just close out of this before the open. We'll see. Definitely not going to let this go red on me, so I'll put a stop in. Okay, cool. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. A little breakthrough. Not much gusto, though. Not much gusto at all. But let's see. I got a really bad kink in my neck, so I don't know how long I'm going to trade today. Okay, market's opening in 40 seconds. Let's see how far this will bounce back up. Oh, it's good not to look at the P&L, so I gotta avoid looking at that. It just seems incredibly droopy to me, you know? Incredibly droopy. I'm probably gonna droop quite a bit, down to 4,000 on the E-minis. Oh, yeah, got stomachs. Okay, so we just had a market open. And looks like it might be coming back up. It's hard to tell. So far, hard to tell. Just gonna go ahead and get out of it. Well, I thought I was gonna get out of it. Let me see. Do I want to get long here at 25s? Let's just wait it out. Looks like it does want to pop a little bit. Bulls and bears are fighting for it right now. And bulls lost temporarily. Looks good for a drop. Oh, Okay. Just need to be patient. Should see a drop here. Broke under 25s there for a minute. Stopped out for $1.50. Yeah, I thought about buying at 25s. I was too busy looking at a different screen. That was a really tight stop though, wasn't it? Yeah, getting out of 25s would have been alright. Flipping would have been better. Let's see, RSI is peaking quite a bit. So, considering getting short again under 50s. Let's see. Play this a little bit longer. I actually got in lower than I had been in before. Interesting. Yeah, this might run up for quite a bit. Really got in because of this RSI overbought signal here, but on the 5 minute we don't really have one yet. So if we're going to add, it's going to be up at the over 70 RSI on the 5 minute. Volume picked up because market opened. We're still within the first 5 minutes of the day. So far, we put in a low. Let's see where the RSI dips. I'm prepared to add to this across maybe 50 points. Although it's just not working for me. I should probably just get out, honestly. I'll put a 10-point stop on this. Let's do 53s. I'm actually gonna... Am I gonna get out? No. Target is gonna be new lows. Tricky day to trade. Kind of want to consider not stopping and just adding into this a little bit. Let's wait until we get an RSI peak here. So we got some wiggle room for sure. Even 50 points is not very much on minis. I've considered switching to, or on micros, I've considered switching to the E-mini micros just to give me even more wiggle room on this. I might be adding in a low here though. This is kind of a, you know, a buy zone historically. Definitely not the greatest place to be getting short, especially right off the open into a strong engulfing bar. Let's see, I mean, we'll short it into 85s if we have to. Which is about 40 points. Might do something similar to this, right? What would be the 50% here? So we went from 316 to 219, about 100. So 50 points, right? So 20 plus 50, 70. Yeah, so I'm thinking under 85s. Keep it under 85s, because here we had a 50% retracement, roughly. 300-ish. Yeah, so this is roughly 50% retracement. And basically betting that we're going to have a similar 50% retracement. This entry was not the greatest. No RSI oversold or overbought signal there, and would have benefited from just getting out when we hit 51s or 52s. But we'll scale into this if it gets up to 85s. That's the plan for right now. Okay, got up to about 62. Didn't even get up that high. Oh man, my neck is killing me. I got this Theracane. It's the best. It's like this little cane you can massage your back with. It's so nice. Just sitting here massaging my back. So basically got in at this RSI peak. It's been resetting and going up. So we're showing a lot of divergence, bearish divergence on the range bars. We'll probably see another high here. If this RSI peaks, probably wait for it to get to a similar level as that. What was that, 80 or something? Can't even see. Let's see, what is this? 76. Okay. So yeah, we can wait for 76s. Let's trying to push up. Yeah, so next ad is going to be at 80s. Or maybe 75. Might just be a day where it crawls up and recovers partially. Similar to something like this. Yeah, we should have. So similar, well, we didn't really have divergence at all, really, on the daily. Here we kind of did, though. So no divergence yet, it's more of a reset. Which is kind of disturbing. Makes me think we're going up now. Okay, we're up at the top Bolly bands. VWAP's right at 82. There's a bounce off 75s. Let's see. Do we get a 5-minute blow off? Not yet. Volume is kind of dying. Let's see what happens here. See if he gets up to 85s. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we averaged into 60. Got short at 80s. I think I've got to set a hard stop at like 150. And then, yeah, I might just switch to E-mini micros going forward. Just to have more wiggle room. So haven't really seen a blow off yet, but we did push into VWAP into the top of the Bolly bands. Only difference is this was at 3 a.m. and now we're doing it at right in the open. So this move might be a lot more violent. I had kind of thought something like this would happen, but I didn't have that much conviction in it. The short that I got into was a longer term play, like into the rest of the day or something, so I might just hold this all day. We'll see. It could come up to 340, 350. I mean, I think we'd have to have a hard stop over like 320. Probably should have just gotten out of this pretty quick. So from 44s to 20s, that was about $80 at a certain point. No, didn't seem like it. Seemed more like it was, yeah, it was $40. Yeah, that's right. Oh, we probably should have waited for a red candle. We were seeing dying volume at least, but it's the open, so could keep going for a little bit more. 85s tend to be a good reflection point. But the way we're crawling up through it makes it seem like that's not happening. I'm just gonna sit here and massage my back. Okay, 5 minutes got one. This 5 minute bar's got another 50 seconds. With any luck, we'll have a little pin. You can see here. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be fairly full bodied. 63 to 83. Might even be to 93. This will be the first 15-minute bar too, which is going to be big green dildo. From the bottom of the range too. Oh, just had a report come out, I'm guessing. Or earnings, perhaps. We probably should have gotten out there for break even. What just came out? How am I this not informed? I'm looking on my other screen, let me see. Oh yeah, IHS manufacturing numbers. Market manufacturing PMI just came out. Existing home sales are coming out in 15 minutes, and that's going to be a big mover. Yeah, probably should have gotten out of both there. But we're playing for a longer move, right? Playing for a bigger move. We are taking on a lot of risk considering these are micros. It's an interesting predicament, right? Because if consumer numbers are really high, that means inflation continues. If consumer numbers are low, then that means it's a recession or market goes down. And that's what the Fed wants. They want the market to come down so that they can socialize the losses. It's all about socializing losses. There's a run back up to 90s. It looks like a broadening wedge here. I feel like these typically fail, these broadening patterns. Bottom of the RSI. Yeah. Let's see, that was a 50% retrace on that bar. It's got another minute and a half until it closes though. Oh, this is a 15-minute bar. Okay. So far it looks quite red. And the 5 kind of looks like we're finally getting this blow off. Could take us an hour to get down low enough to actually get into some profit. Let's look for the 240s, 230s around here. Kind of a one-to-one risk, I guess. Not really. Oh, man. Just kind of trying to follow the trend. Trend is definitely down. A little pop with dying volume. Still, let's see what these manufacturing numbers were. So they were preliminary, but they were, so market services PMI was 50.5, prior was 46.8, so that went up quite a bit. And IHS Market Manufacturing PMI went up as well. Purchasing Managers Index, right? So these are actually bullish things, these metrics. Oh man, I just missed a good dip. I was looking at my other screen. Down to 45s. We're targeting 20s or 30s, so the least we're going to get out is at 35s. Some divergence here, not really. Let's look for a 5-minute dip to the 30 RSI. Either the 5-minute RSI dip or the 5-minute Bollinger Band, whichever comes first. This might take a while. Let's see. There's the 35s we wanted. Well, about to be there. And get out of one. Got out of it for basically nothing. Let's get out of this other one. That was a pretty tight trade. Really should have held down to 25s, but it's okay. Yeah, we didn't wait for the lower Bolly band. And we also didn't wait for the RSI dip, which is what we should have been doing. Let's see if we can get a pop on the range bars to at least reset, and then we'll get short again. Or we could just get short under 40s. Yeah, see, it's continuing. I knew it was going to just take time. How much did I leave on the table? Not too much, about 10 points. Yeah, I would have gotten out here. Did I make up for yesterday's, or like the loss earlier? Kinda. A little bit. I'm probably gonna play that bounce off 25s. Okay, we're back up at 40s. Let's see if we get a bounce on the RSI here on the range bars. Looks kind of good. Yeah, I kind of want to short this. I'll add to it if we get an RSI peak on the range bars. It's funny because this is like a similar spot I got in before. Different market conditions though. Yeah, I think we might see a complete reversal of the day. So what does that look like on here? That means we rally back up to 360. Yeah, I should have considered going long. I don't know why I wanted to get short. I'm really trying to impose my view on the market right now. Huge dump. We're still probably going to dump, honestly. I don't think we're going to be going over 91s right now. That's quite a ways. Yeah, I think we're just going to see a sloping off like this. Let's get short under 65s. Average in at 51. It's not the greatest average at all. So yeah, we kind of got short 41s and another one at 61, so we averaged to 51. That makes sense. But yeah, not the greatest entry still. Our entry should have been up here. Because this could take a while and we might only get down to 25s and then break after a few hours or something. But we should have a dip down here to 25s or 30s again. It looks like it wants to bounce off 50s. It's hard to tell. But yeah, we're basically playing with a stop over these 90s, which I don't think we're going to run through. Volume kind of picked up again, but it's picking up to the downside. See that? So if anything, we're going to dump. Oh, that's right, we have a report in 5 minutes. Probably shouldn't be in a position. Or at least not a big one. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of want to just get out of this, honestly. See if we can get at least 10 points out of it. Alright, there we go. Just cut it there. I just don't want to be holding into these housing numbers. So let's just watch. Big rejection though, really nice. Left a little bit on the table, about 10 points so far. Might see new lows even. Got some of the meat. Yeah, here we go, new lows, most likely. This looks like it's got some good momentum, so It will probably break. Got out at what, 41s? Yeah, basically got out at the entry of the initial bar. Left about 15 points on the table there. Bottom ticking is pretty hard though. Okay, another reset on the RSI. Do we want to try this again? Can do it with a really, really tight stop. You know, like over 50s or something. It's a little too tight, but you know. Maybe over 56. Just need to be patient. Looking for a dip under 25s. So far, it doesn't look like it's coming. Respected 50s pretty well, though. 2 minutes until this report comes out. Let's see if it'll work its way down. Fed wants the market to go down, so it'll go down. Look at this entry, not the greatest. 30, minute 30 until this report comes out. We're looking for under 20s. Let's see what we got here. Okay, breakdown. Looking for sub 20s though. There we go. Just gonna get out there. Nice little dipperino, that was nice. Alright, report's coming out here pretty soon, so got a feeling it's gonna suck major eggs. Let's see. 35 seconds until this housing report comes out. Likely gonna see, I don't know, good numbers are bad, bad numbers are even worse. Looking for a reset on the RSI to get in short. 20 seconds until the report comes out. Probably gonna shit the bed, honestly. I don't want to gamble on it, I just want to watch it. 3, 2, 1. Kind of dip there. I'm just going to get short. Hold it under 31s. It's getting pushed down a little bit. Not too much. Doesn't look like it's having a crazy impact. Kind of over trading a bit. I guess I'll get short again under 25s. Just doesn't look like it's working for me. It's being a little bit indecisive right now. Tight stop on this guy. $20 loss. I think we're relatively flat. Yeah, we were green there for a minute. So that report came out and no one really cared, huh? I'm checking my other screen real quick. 4 million. It's actually less than prior, less than consensus. So it's actually good that the numbers came in a little lower than consensus. Shows that inflation is being tamed. So, yeah, might actually see a little bit of a rally here. 2 small losers there from a little bit of over trading. Let's see, we got an RSI peak, but not on the 5. I don't know if I want to try shorting here. The report was pretty good. What I should have tried is getting long there. Off of 215s, yeah. The initial entry was at 25. Yeah. Still looks like it's ready to keep going though. To the downside. That is a big rejection it just had. Off the 15s, 42s would have been a nice entry there. Let's see if 25s have any support here. I don't know if I want to try and fight the trend. The trend is still down, it would seem. So, don't want to fight it. And this would be kind of a crap entry in my opinion. Let's try it though. Basically getting in at the fucking lows. Volume is kind of crap too. Volume's dying on the downside, on this downward swing, so I mean that shows me we're probably going to turn around if anything. So maybe it should be a long that I'm doing here. Oh, I really wanted to flip there. So it really kind of bounced off 15s again. Let's get long over 15s. Really starting to overtrade now though. So I'm going to reduce the size. Keep the size small. Just saw a flash. That was crazy. It just like jumped up like crazy. Let's see if we can get at least 20 points out of this, back up to the 40 range. That's what we're looking for. It's really dying on the volume here. So downward swing, volume starting to drop. RSI hasn't dipped yet though, so I'm probably in a little too early on this long. Do I want to try holding this in the face of a giant downtrend? Not really. Should not be getting long at all, I don't think. Just have my stop and new lows, I guess. Kind of a big stop. It's less than 10 points, not too big a deal. Pretty tight by a lot of people's standards. In the money just barely. Let's see if we can get a push up into 40s. It just doesn't want to play ball. I'm actually going to move my stop up, I think. Yep. So 3 or 4 losers there. Small, but still annoying. Down 22 on the day now net. Probably going to see new lows here. Should probably only be taking shorts. So it got up a little bit over my entry and then started to see new lows. Good continuation. All I really had to do was sit in my initial shorts and would be solid. Kind of looking for a bottom here soon. Just a bottom on the day until we start grinding up, because I kind of think we'll see a reversal tomorrow. So should set the low in here somewhere. 4022. The micro still has a ways to go though. 200 points. Or the NASDAQ, that is. 12s. Bounced to 22s already. Yeah, I still wouldn't buy it here. Maybe an RSI peak I would sell. 25s, RSIs in the upper half. Kind of showing some divergence here to the upside. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit of divergence. $25s. Kind of a little bit too zoomed in at this point. Need to be trading off the 5 minute, not the range bars. Yeah, like see here, this was a good call to get long, just was a little early. Timing is important though. So being early is the same as being wrong. If you hear me grunting, it's because I'm massaging my back. That was an RSI peak, wasn't it? I'm gonna get short. Should have gotten short up here. That's my bad. See if we can get down to 15s. Need some separation from my entry. Come on. More separation than that. Come on. This price action is really annoying. Get out of one because it looks like it's ready to pump a little bit. Yeah, volume's falling on this, grinding into the bottom of the range, and I'm trying to get short. Very greedy of me. .38s. So we could have a 10-point stop on this, and just a 20-point target. That would be new lows. Yeah, let's have a target of 8s or 6s. Total grind day though. Violent push to the upside. Interesting. Yeah, I just don't like this price action. I guess this is good price action to practice patience in though, for sure. Definitely good for practicing patience. That's the way to look at this stuff. What is this price action good for? It's good for practicing patience. We're not here for $10 winners, we're here for $40 to $50 winners. Let the price work for you. All you have to do is sit there and do nothing. Down to 17s, 18s. That should have been the exit on the first one, honestly. Okay, here we go. Looking for another 10 points. Are we going to get it? It's going to tease us with it. It's rejecting it a little bit, but it's fighting for it. Keeps retesting the 15s like it wants to break them. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we get our target here. Nice. Hit our target. Cool. 40 bucks. So we're green on the day. Probably could have held that even more. This is a pretty short hold. We're over 5 trades on the day though, and we're green on the day. So I think I'm just gonna stop, honestly, just because I'm starting to put in more trades than I want to, and it's starting to get into a dicey area where I think it might bounce. I just don't know where and when. Definitely something to watch though. think that's it for me today, guys. I made up for my morning escapade of huge. I think I held that from yesterday. No. Was it from yesterday? Yeah, it was from yesterday. Oh man, look at this thing go now. So it bounced up to 13s. And now it's coming down even deeper. Wow. This is most likely the overextension that's going to get bounced. So I kind of want to try a long here, if anything. We could try one right at 85s. Let's see if we get down to 87s. I'll pick one up. Let's make it 86s. Because we're really, really oversold. It is kind of just grinding down. Ooh, 86s. Dang. Did we just miss it by a tick? Oh no. We missed it by a tick. Let's see. It's already getting rejected up there. Is it? Let's get in at 90s. Let's see. We'll have a really tight stop on this. Target of 20 points or something. Maybe the stop shouldn't be so tight. Maybe we should widen this a little bit. At the same time, we probably shouldn't be getting long in this kind of climate. Look at how it just nestled into 85s. But on all these other charts, it just is moving pretty quickly. So chances of it bouncing here, I think, are still okay. Should at least play for a reset of the RSI. It looks like it's getting rejected. I had a perfect 85 touch. Oh, it's getting rejected. Yeah, stopped out there. 13 bucks. 83.75. Oh man, it looks like it's lifting off now. Let's try again. Just too tight of a stop there. Just a little too tight of a stop, I think. Just lots of downward pressure. Oh, I kind of don't want to mess with it. It's right at my entry, so I don't want to be over trading. I'm just going to get out. I think I'm trying to force things. Now I'm probably not green on the day. Oh well. I took the risk. It is showing some hesitation, but also showing some rejection from the bounce. From 85 to 93, and then just more down, it looks like. Anytime it double touches 85s, I lose all confidence in buying that. When it's a buy, it touches it once. Anytime it goes up like this, though, I'm always like, oh, let's get long. Let's see if it'll break 95s. Should be shorting this, probably. I'm finding myself on the wrong side multiple times here. So the 85 bounce did happen. What happened to me? I overtraded and had really tight stops. So here this long was at 90 with a stop just under 85. It was a little too tight. The next one was also stupid tight, and then I tried getting short because I had gotten rejected so much. And now I think I'm down 10 or 20. Yeah. Not a huge deal, but not a good way to be trading. Got up to O2s. Do we want to try buying these? Buying 92s over 82s? I mean, ugh. It's super oversold. Still got like 200 points to go to the downside, I feel like. I wanted to stop trading here, and because I wasn't quite sure, and then this was like a manifestation of my not unsureness, because it kept getting too tight and getting chopped up. So right now I am still unsure, honestly. Yeah, the bounce is happening. That was the 85 touch right there. We're really close. But we're just getting rejected up here at these 99s. Let's see what happens. Are we going to bounce up from these 86s? Or are we going to get shut down? Let's take a long, we'll have it stop under the 80 level. Basically 10 points. RSI on the 5 shows that we're oversold. We're seeing some hesitation on the range bars. Not a lot, but some. Should wait for a 5-minute bar to fill out, honestly. Okay. A little bit of push to the upside there. I don't know why I got out of that. It was in the money. Didn't even hold to my first target. Just needed to be patient. So that was kind of a bad trade. From 91s to 99s. Yeah, I could have held that for sure. Let's hold it over O's. Maybe O's is too tight. Let's see if we can get 20s. I know this is a really, really tight trade. Oh. I'm just going to get out. I just don't like how it's acting up here. Not my way. Again, this is good price action to practice patience in. So let's see if we get. We're at the top of the Bolly bands on the range bars. That's just the one thing I don't like. Big psych level though. These zeros. Let's give it a little bit more room. Let's give this a 10-point stop. From the top of the Bolly range though on the range bars. So we're going to try to hit 22s with this, with a stop of 92. See if we can get a push to the upside. Just got to stay calm, methodical. It's a boring game that we're playing today. Quite boring. What is this low? 98s. Yeah. Really is getting stuffed really hard. Lots of stuffing here. Hard to tell if it's done or if it's just getting a little pushback. RSI is still crazy low. We haven't had any divergence on the 5 minutes. Maybe that's what it's going to set up now. I don't want to be holding this long, but I told myself I'd have the stop at 92s. So let's see what happens. Yeah, most likely I'm going to get stopped out. Yeah. That was a bad call. Let's try, I was going to say let's try getting into it more. Because 92s came right back to our entry. It was pretty quick. Let's see if we can at least get 15s out of it. Nope. Came up pretty violently. So what is it doing? I'm just not sure what it's doing yet. Definitely seems like it's bouncing, but it's the most timid bounce you'll ever see. I mean, so far, very timid, you know? Let's see. Back down. Entry is just not very good. RSI is showing nothing in particular. We're at the bottom of this Bolly range. We're below the EMA. We're below the VWAP. A lot of room to the upside. Just getting stuff though usually. Okay, there we go. They lifted it up a little bit. Let's get out at 13s for a little winner there. Probably got out way too soon again. But hey, we hit our first target, which is good. I think we're barely green on the day. Yeah. A little P&L obsessed today as well. So, not the greatest thing to be. I contemplated adding there at 92s. Didn't do it. Would have worked in my favor. But would have compounded, had a pretty decent loss if I had let it keep running against me there. I think I'm over trading a bit today already. This volume is really kind of dying off. This is our lowest bar yet. And it looks like we're probably going to get stuffed and we're going to get pushed deeper to the downside. Had a bounce of 20s there. Really getting stuffed now. Could be bouncing at zeros here. Tough call though. Very tough call. Look at this. It looks like it's building a cliff. Yeah, and it's already breaking down. This could come down another 200 points, I would think. Yeah, at least another 200 points. So I'm going to actually get short. I'm going to hold this short for a wide range. I'm going to hold this down to 60s if I can. At least 75s. So with a target of 67s, we are going to have a stop of, it's a target of 30 points. So our stop has to be like a 15 or so. Although it's been losing volume on this way down. So yeah, I'm just too indecisive about this trade, about this market right now. It's indecisive too, it would seem. Yeah, look at how it's acting. Sideways. Some support, some resistance. Got me in, convinced me to get in, you know. But look at this 5. This looks promising. This 5 does look promising. There's another 4 minutes left though. 3 minutes left in it. Let's see. It looks really nice for a breakdown. Let's see if it can get full bodied here and be engulfing too. down through new lows. We're back at that previous level of 85 that it's bounced off of before, multiple times. Nothing to worry about really. Need to just practice patience here, see how extended this bar can get. So target's down here, so let's see if we can get some extension on that bar. We're at our first target, 85s. I'm actually gonna get out. I don't know why it's so stressful to trade today, but it is. Maybe it's the neck. Look at it, it's right down to our level. Let's get short again. See if we can hold it over under 90s. Really bad entry, so we're going to keep it really, really tight. Probably a terrible trade. Actually, since it's going against me so quickly, I might just get out. Yeah, I'm just going to get out of it. I don't have the patience right now. As I get back in. If we hold it under 90s, I mean, all we have to do is nothing. We really just have to watch this and be calm, which is not a tall order. But getting a good entry is a tall order, considering these have been bad entries. Yeah, man, I cannot trade this kind of stuff. It is like brutal watching this. It is really good at patience trading, I guess. I just don't like my entry, I think. I'm out. I think I'm green on the day. Yeah, just barely. Just kind of futzing around, really. Oh, there's the 85 break. What was that high? 89s. Alright, I guess we'll hold under 89s. You know what? No, I told myself I would be done. So let's be done. Let's be done, okay? Alright, so we got 25 trades in today. Kind of a lot. Let me save this. Kind of a lot of trades today. And let's see what the trade is doing. Really just grinding down. If we waited for this 5-minute bar to close, we would have made maybe a little bit more, 5 more points. Not too much more. Just a constant grind down. Where'd it get up to? 90s? So we would have stopped us out, just barely. Look at that, the bar closed, and it instantly made a little high there. As soon as the bar closed, it made a high. Because there's not much follow through, and we got a pin on that. Yeah, look at that. Glad we didn't do anything there. Didn't try to force anything. That was a nice little bounce off of 81s. Up to where? Up to 98s, 96s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to touch it here. You can tell I don't want to touch it. Okay, let's switch over to our review. Let's go over our trades. This is the account so far. Hasn't been doing too great. Probably switch to E-minis just to make it a little easier on ourselves. Okay, we got 21, 25 trades uploaded. Wait a minute, I clicked on the wrong day there. When there's a lot of days, it takes a second to load them all up properly. I'm gonna grab a screenshot real quick. Let's see. Wow, yeah, zooming out on the range bars, I'm like looking at how long I held some of this stuff. I'm really starting to overtrade because the price is just kind of being noisy and sideways, and I'm not able to hold my spaghetti. And my neck hurts. I should not be forcing myself to do anything. Okay, yeah, let me take a screenshot of the Performance Center. It's good practice today for patience, that's for sure. Just don't have much in the tank to keep trading. Volume's dying really, really low. So I think we're just going to be dribbling all day. I don't know. No volume. It's like down to pre-market levels already. We're barely an hour into the day. So let me upload that. Okay, we got both of these puppies. Cool. Yeah. Let me see. I think I should make this default a little lower. I make it 1.2. It's pretty nice. I don't know. 1.5 is good too. So actual net was 15. Let's see. Let's take some notes on today's feelings, our fifis. Man, my neck is so stiff. Oh my god. I'm just gonna massage it all day. Oh man, my freaking neck. Oh. It's actually bouncing off that 80 level a little bit. No real volume though. So not expecting much. Let's see. Average hold time was better. That's good. I wish I could see how many trades I had that were like under a minute. That would be a good metric, right? Like number of trades under. So look at the average winning trade time, the average losing trade times. That's a good thing to see, right? Is that I'm letting my winners run and I'm cutting my losers short. So that's good. Although my shortest winner is the same as my shortest loser. So metrics looking better since longest winner time is longer than longest loser time. Average trade time also going up, which is good. Held two targets today, but still got caught up in. What did I get caught up in? Held the targets today. For the most part, I still got caught up in FOMO occasionally. Also took some heat on a few trades and was prepared to risk the account, which was a no-go. Going forward, well, not the account, risk 20% of the account, which is a no-go. Going forward, we'll switch to E-mini micros to allow more wiggle room. Allow even more wiggle room. Yeah, because the idea is to start with a really small account and grow it. Having a really nice bounce off of that 80 level. So I was actually right there to call a bounce. Once again, I was just a little bit early. It's up to 05s now off of an 81 touch. Yeah, it was just acting quite wiggly, although the volume on the upswing is really low. Anyway, going forward, we'll switch to E-mini micros to allow even more wiggle room. Overall, happy with performance, but What else? Have a kink in my neck, which is working against me. Okay. Right. What do we see? What do we see? Didn't let this trade resolve. Over trading. And then man. What else? Took some heat on this trade. Was prepared to risk too much. Let me see. I'm going to try to get a screenshot of this trade real quick. Was that a short? I think that was a short, right? Yeah. It was a short. Give him a screeny. Put it in here. Yeah. That was it. Not too bad. I mean, I obviously should have just held, because there was a lot of continuation there. Just gonna put this other image in here. Yeah, that was it right there. I mean, I got out really early. If I just would have waited another 15-20 minutes, I guess it would have been 40 more points, 50 more points. So yeah, I left quite a bit on the table. Was prepared to risk too much. Ended up getting out quite early, considering holding for an additional 15 minutes would have been another 50 points. Okay, cool. I don't know if I want to review the rest of these. I guess I probably should. 857. Let me look at that. Okay, so that was these guys. Had some good trades there. Really just knew that I was right with the trade that I got out of, and then kept getting short on it. So here I would say chased a bit. Ideally should have just held the trade I took a bunch of heat on. Okay. I think here I was just unsure. Yeah, long. Right, so 4 trades in a row. 4 losses in a row, and I wasn't sure what the direction was, and naturally I gave myself too tight of stops and got chopped up. Be more decisive, hands off keys until a good entry setup arises. Too unsure of direction, so done for the day. And volume dying, so done for the day. Okay. Are we up to something? Yeah, it looks like it dipped down to 90s. Yeah, it did bounce off 80s. Anyway, that's about it. Okay. Cool. I'll put this in the description, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Trade well, trade effectively. Follow your stops, follow your plan. Trading should be boring, should not be a thrill ride. Like today for me, I was trying to practice being patient, and I had to like convince myself to hold things even for a minute or two. But that's what needs to happen. You need to be able to hold and let the trade work for you. Let it polarize to either your stop or your take profit. And I was clearly correct here in my longs, but I was just a little too early, didn't want to wait. Was too obsessed with P&L, and now we're getting the push that I wanted to get earlier. So this was a good directional signal here. So was this. And I had gotten out, actually took a short here because I thought that was a failure. And then here at this 81 level, it really kind of was dicey. There was no way to know what was going to happen. It put in a slightly lower low and gave a little bit of bullish divergence, a little bit of a signal there. So there was a little bit of a signal. It wasn't very strong. But yeah, that would have been nice to catch on the upside. So really should have had more patience there. Let me log that as well. So I'm just going to say that, let's just put that in the journal. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to paste that in because I just copied that screenshot to the clipboard. Yeah, so I'm in this area here. This is what I was hoping for with these trades. It did end up bouncing off of 81s, which was my initial idea, but my stop was too tight at 83s, and I ended up over trading, trying to catch the move. So only slight divergence, bullish div was shown. Okay, so we got that note in. Interesting day. Why does this say it's a net of 158? We're not even close to 158. My total fees aren't they way more? Oh, wait. It's because it's counting yesterday's trade? This is interesting. Why is it showing such a high P&L for today? I think it's not counting the trade that I opened yesterday. That trade went to the day before. Yeah. So if we go to the 20th, the 20th is going to be down, right? Because of that big trade. Yeah. It's interesting. I'll have to think about how to manage that. Okay, so once again, I will share this day with you guys, and yeah, we'll hit it hard tomorrow. Hopefully my neck will feel better, and we'll go from there. Let's see where our market's at. Oh, wow. It's actually showing a little bit of volatility, to be honest. Came back up to 30s. Got rejected at 30s. So many pins here. Pin. RSI touch on the bottom there. Right at O's. A little bit of volatility. Volume's kind of picking up, actually. Just a little bit. It's kind of a good sign. I mean, I don't want to trade anymore, though, because my neck is just killing me. All right, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Good luck in everything you do today. Be well. Be healthy. Take care of yourselves. Till tomorrow.